Please subscribe, share, and watch. Every single share helps this channel grow. We are on a mission to reach 1,000 subscribers, and you are the reason we'll get there. Hit that subscribe button, share this with someone who needs inspiration today, and let's build this community together. Now, let's dive into one of the most incredible stories you'll read this year. There are stories that make you pause. Stories that make you put down your phone, lean forward, and truly listen, because somewhere in the narrative, you recognize something. A hunger. A fire. A refusal to be invisible in a world that tries to make certain people small. This is the story of Lissa Aires. Born on February 19, 1991, in Buenos Aires, Argentina, Lissa came into the world with mixed European roots, her father of Spanish descent and her mother of Italian lineage, creating a girl who was, from birth, a beautiful collision of cultures, warmth, and fierce spirit. She arrived under the sign of Pisces, a sign known for its depth, creativity, and relentless dreaming. And Buenos Aires itself was a prophecy, a city of passion, late nights, and art poured into every cobblestone street. Lissa, from the very beginning, was cut from that same passionate cloth. Life in Buenos Aires during Lissa's early childhood was rich with culture and color. The streets hummed with music. The food was an embrace. The people loved loudly and lived freely. But when Lissa was around 10 years old, everything changed. Her parents relocated the family to London, United Kingdom, in search of better opportunities, and she spent her early years in Buenos Aires before making that big move. Imagine that, a little Latina girl, already bursting with personality, suddenly transplanted into the gray, polished, fast-moving energy of London. It would have been easy to shrink. It would have been easy to disappear into the crowd. But Lissa Aires did not disappear. She adapted. She observed. She absorbed the fashion, the culture, the cosmopolitan electricity of one of the world's greatest cities, and she filed it all away for later. Growing up between two worlds, the passionate Latino warmth of Argentina and the sophisticated ambition of London, gave Lissa a dual superpower. She understood what it meant to be different. She understood what it meant to not quite fit the mold. And instead of fighting that, she would eventually learn to weaponize it. School in London was a chapter of finding herself. Lissa was not the typical girl. She was curvy in a world that celebrated only one body type. She was Latina in environments where she stood out. She was loud in her heart even when she was quiet in the room. But even then, those who knew her could sense it, this girl was going somewhere. Most teenagers are figuring out who they are. Lissa Aires, at 16 years old, was already figuring out who she was going to become. The beautiful Latina began her modeling career at the age of 16, and after graduating from high school, she worked in the National Health Service for 4 years before forging a career in modeling. These were the quiet years, the years you don't see on Instagram. The years of waking up early, clocking in, helping others, and building an inner foundation that would later hold up an empire. At an age when most girls were worrying about exams and Friday night plans, Lissa took her first steps into the modeling world. It was raw. It was unpolished. It was everything a beginning should be, uncertain, exciting, and absolutely necessary. Then came Miami. If London shaped Lissa's sophistication and Buenos Aires gave her soul, Miami gave her wings. Miami is many things, a city of sunshine and sequins, of Latin music spilling out of car windows, of bodies on beaches and ambition dressed in neon. For Lissa, Miami was the city that said, you can be all of yourself here. In Miami, she worked as a webcam model, exotic dancer, and video vixen for urban music videos, gradually building a following for her curves, outfits, and dance style. These were not glamorous beginnings by mainstream standards. They were real, raw, and deeply human. She was hustling. She was grinding. She was using every tool available to a young, curvy Latina woman who had a dream but not yet a platform. She understood that her body, the same body the world had tried to make her feel self-conscious about, was actually her brand. Her curves were not a flaw. They were a statement. A revolution in a culture that had long told women like her that they were too much. Too curvy. Too Latina. Too bold. Lissa joined Instagram in August 2011, and her account is based in the UK. It was still early days for the platform, a world not yet dominated by algorithms and influencer economics. But Lissa was patient. She posted. She connected. She crafted a visual identity that was unapologetically her own.
And then there is OnlyFans, the platform she embraced boldly and without apology. Lissa launched an OnlyFans account and began posting a steady flow of content, and her earnings from the platform exceeded $1.5 million USD in less than 2 years, effectively turning her into a millionaire. This is the new economy, and Lissa Aires is one of its queens. Her estimated net worth stands at approximately $1.5 million, earned primarily from subscription-based content, social media influence, brand collaborations, and paid appearances. Not bad for a girl who once quietly served her community in the National Health Service. She has visited the US, Italy, Argentina, the Bahamas, Japan, the UAE, Indonesia, and many more destinations. Each place has fed her creativity, broadened her perspective, and added new dimensions to the visual story she tells through her platforms. Standing 5 feet 3 inches tall with a curvy, stunning figure, Lissa is a woman who has made total peace with herself, on her own terms, in her own body, in her own time. Lissa Aires is more than an entertainer. She is a social media-driven brand whose identity is built on self-empowerment and body positivity. Fans admire her for embracing her voluptuous figure and promoting confidence, especially among women who feel underrepresented in mainstream modeling. Lissa Aires is now 35 years old, born February 19, 1991, and by every measure, she is just getting started. She carries Buenos Aires in her blood, London in her sophistication, Miami in her hustle, and the whole world in her wandering heart. She is Argentine and American and universal. She is curvy and proud and loud and free. She is the girl who started modeling at 16, served her community for 4 years, moved through cities and continents, and built a digital empire from the ground up, on her own terms, in her own body, in her own time. Her story is not about perfection. It is about persistence. It is not about waiting to be chosen. It is about choosing yourself. It is not about fitting in. It is about standing out, beautifully, boldly, and without apology. If this story moved you, please subscribe to our channel right now. Share this with a friend who needs to hear it today. Drop a comment, spread the love, and help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. We cannot do this without you. Every share, every subscribe, every comment brings us one step closer. Let's grow this community together. Hit that subscribe button and be part of something amazing. Thank you for watching, for reading, for believing. This is only the beginning.